Hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're continuing our IGCSE Economics series with Chapter 8, Supply. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand what supply is, the law of supply, and the key factors that affect it. Let's get started. Okay, so what is supply? In economics, supply refers to the quantity of a good or service that producers are willing and able to sell at different prices in a given period. Just like demand, supply has two levels. Individual supply, which is the amount supplied by a single producer, and market supply, which is the total supply. In other words, it's the sum of all individual supplies. Now, let's look at the law of supply. The law of supply states that as the price of a product increases, the quantity supplied also increases. And when price falls, producers supply less. Why? Because higher prices mean higher profits, which motivate producers to increase output. Conversely, lower prices mean lower profits, which discourage production. Let's take an example. Suppose the price of wheat rises. Farmers are more willing to plant more wheat instead of other crops because they can make more profit. Therefore, there's an increase in supply. So far, we have learned about movement along the supply curve, which is caused by a change in price. But remember, price isn't the only thing that can cause supply to change. There are many other factors that can influence supply. When these factors cause supply to change, we get a shift in the supply curve. Let's explore the concept of extension and contraction of supply. When supply changes due to a change in price, we call it movement along the supply curve. If the price of wheat increases from $4 to $6, the quantity supplied will increase from 100 bushels to 120 bushels. We say that the supply has extended from point A to point B. Conversely, if the price of wheat falls from $6 to $4, the quantity supplied will fall from 120 bushels to 100 bushels. We say that the supply has contracted from point B to point A. Now let's look at shifts in the supply curve. So when supply changes due to a non-price factor, we experience a shift in the supply curve. For example, if better technology is introduced in agriculture, it will be cheaper to produce wheat. As a result, farmers will be able to supply more wheat at the same price. In this case, supply increases, causing the supply curve to shift to the right from S to S naught. Now suppose the government imposes a higher tax on wheat, making it more costly to produce. Since the cost of production has increased, farmers will be willing to supply less of it at every price level. As a result, supply decreases, causing the supply curve to shift to the left from S to S naught. Let's summarize the factors affecting supply. Cost of production, availability of resources, technology, profitability of other products, indirect taxes and subsidies, and external factors such as weather, natural disasters, or wars. To wrap up our lesson, let's do a quick review. Supply is what producers are willing and able to sell at different prices. The law of supply shows a positive relationship between price and supply. Price changes cause extensions or contractions along the supply curve. Non-price factors cause shifts in the supply curve. Remember, when analyzing supply, consider both price changes and non-price factors. That's it for today's lesson. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the like button if you found this helpful and subscribe for more IGCSE Economics lessons. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I'll be sure to answer them. Also, don't forget to share this video with your classmates and friends. I wish you the best of luck in your studies. Keep up the great work and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.